Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kara, and this is Star Path by Kara, where I blend astrology and intuitive guidance to help you along your way. So if you're feeling lost, let's look to the stars. Just like the title of this video says, we are in the energy of dumpster diving with beer goggles on. So if you're feeling that extra nostalgia, songs are just hitting you a little bit harder, you're kind of like searching through the past, just really in the emotions right now, almost like you're under a spell, then this video is for you. I am going to go over Neptune at the 29th degree of Pisces, which is also conjunct the Sun and the North Node, just really laying on those beer goggles. And then Mercury that has just joined Venus retrograde, which has us literally just sifting through the past, trying to find something. And at the very end, I'm going to do an oracle card pull to really help us like tie this all together and give us that overall message that we need for the best clarity and way forward. So starting off, this is the energy, this nostalgia, this kind of this like, it's almost like an existential crisis kind of feeling, is Neptune is reaching the very end of its transit through Pisces. And we've been having this energy from 2011, and now we're just at the tail end. And this is like Pisces is endings, dreamland, escapism, emotional. This is actually like ghost haunting kind of energy. And then you have Neptune, which is wanting to dissolve. And so, I mean, it's like really, it's like, where is the definition? Where is the boundary? Where do we draw the line? So things can feel very murky in this energy. I think about how the collective has really changed from 2011 up to now, and how our concept of entertainment, escapism has all shifted dramatically. And it's like I think of it as like how easy and how accessible the things that we like, basically like your drug of choice, how easy it has become to have access to that. And you also have DoorDash and food apps. So if that's your drug, you can escape into any kind of streaming service available. So that's really how we understand that combination right there of Neptune and Pisces. And so now we're reaching the final, meltdown of this energy right before it moves into Aries at the end of March. So in our personal lives, this is nostalgia to the max. Like the dial is turned all the way up. And this is almost like a real delusion kind of feeling. This is also where you might want to check out like very badly. And so this is where I caution, be really careful about mixing substances. Be really careful about the way in which you want to escape. There's really productive ways to escape. I consider music, art, dancing, being creative. That's a really, that's a more healthy way for us to channel this energy. So what we are kind of having happen though is this like intense fog. And then it's like with the sun and the North Node there also, it's like somebody has just turned on a dry ice machine while we were already in a really foggy place. So give yourself grace right now. This is really not the time to hit the gas. If you're thinking to yourself like, okay, I'm just going to power through this, I would go slow. And I would, understand that the things that we're looking at, the things that are coming in, if it is this past and if it is the emotions that are coming up, it's like, let's really sit with it and allow these things to come to the surface. These things are coming up for clarity and healing. It's actually a really beautiful opportunity to have a spiritual breakthrough with a lot of the things that we've been mulling over for a really long time. So think of it as kind of it's almost like this really magical opportunity to get through the cracks of reality. And if you can stay focused and stay in alignment with this energy, you don't have to get so lost. So I definitely recommend, just being really aware of what you're consuming and what you're doing in order to try and escape this feeling. Channeling it into art, music, and things that are creative will be to your most benefit. And just remember, there is this intense spiritual longing. And a lot of that can be found by going within, which brings us to the next energy that we're working with. And that is Mercury has now joined Venus retrograde. And so really talk about the dumpster dive, okay? This is our computer chip is Mercury. The processor has gone offline. And in order to, function, it wants to go backwards. And now it's joined our hearts and romantic values, self-worth type feelings, Venus retrograde. So brains and hearts are offline, and they are really searching. They are searching within. They are searching in the past. There is this real uncomfortability with this energy, wanting really, really badly to fix something, because it's almost very impossible to sit with this void. And so this is where you are going to be watching some of the weirdest reconnections happen, or attempts in your own personal life. This is where we really get the ghosts of Christmas past. They are going to be looking for you in the weirdest places. So if you have unfinished business, like a lovelorn, forgotten romance, and you're just thinking to yourself, this is it. This is the missing ingredient. That's the kind of stuff that's going to be happening. So you'll find this on old apps. I've heard of people connecting through words with friends, on LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube comment section, in your DMs, in your spam, junk mail. I've heard too of exes trying to get to people through a Netflix account. So, this is the kind of thing that you'll be seeing out in the collective and probably in your own life. It really depends. I really think that some of us are a real magnet for this right now too, because a lot of times when something comes barking from the past, it's actually an opportunity for us to see our relationship to that person or that energy, and it actually gives us a really good gauge of how far we've come. So I really like to think of blasts from the past as a really amazing opportunity to, it's almost like you get a little check mark or a gold star of oh, I didn't respond, I didn't fall for it, and I'm actually moved on from this person or thing or job or whatever it is that is coming back for you. So if you are able to, disengage, not take the bait, great. And, just look at how that hit you. Look at how you're processing and how much progress you've made. And on the other side of that, if something comes in from the past and you're thinking to yourself, I need to say something. I need to finish this up. I need to let this person have it. I just want you to know that the energy that we have right now is very karmic. We are still in between eclipses. So I am just asking you to try and, think about it as best you can. You don't have to immediately respond. You can give yourself a little time to think about it. And if you wake up the next day and you still need to say something, or you still need to engage with this person or thing, then, go for it. But I will say, this is just to kind of like give us some context about the astrology that's coming up. The full moon on April 12th is in Libra, and it's also the same day that Venus goes direct. This is very karmic, so just keep it in mind. Stay in your lane as best that you can. If you need extra support, I have made some really cool playlists actually on Spotify, so you can check those out. Star Path by Kara. And so I like to listen to music. That really helps me. But I also want to encourage for extra support. There is so much amazing potential, creative potential with this energy. So I just want to bring you back to the fact that the North Node is in Pisces. And we're also at the very end of Pisces season this week. And we're also at the end of the Neptune transit. So the sun will move into Aries and Neptune will move into Aries in the next week or two, okay? Aries, the sun will be in Aries this week. But what I'm saying is the culmination of concentration in the arts, the dreamland, the spirituality, the flow, the really cool creative energy is at the utmost high. So where this can be to our disadvantage, where we can get really like tricked and be under somebody's spell and kind of fall for some deceptive illusion, we can also alchemize this energy and put out some really fantastic creative stuff. So this is like, doing the paintings, doing the writing, doing the songwriting, making music, creating whatever your craft, your pure joy, whatever takes you to a place of pure flow. I really encourage you to open up to that right now. And so if you need to escape, if you need to channel and, ride this current in a more productive way, I really see this being such a beautiful time for that type of energy. So keep that in mind. And now I would like to do an oracle card pull for the collective. This is one of my absolute favorite decks, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And pulling from this deck is going to give us more clarity and just a little bit more of a focal point with what's going on and how we can really work with this energy right now. So I'm just going to shuffle these and I'm just going to wait until something just jumps right out of the deck. This deck is so beautiful. I love these cards and it's so amazing what kind of messages they bring. So, sometimes this part takes a little while. But I do want to encourage everyone to do something really creative. This is also a really nice time also to get in touch with your inner child. If you have kids, this is also a really great time to reconnect with them, play with them, and just kind of get into this more, I don't want to say innocent, but more like free-spiritedness. Because that's another thing that's really coming up right now too, with the fact that the veils are thin and that spirit is really, we got our card. Spirit's really talking to us. And the more that we can sort of disengage the filter, the ego, the, what is the word? Like our will, what we want to happen. A lot of that could be getting in the way of what wants to come out. So I've been noticing how therapeutic sleep and downtime energy has been lately. So, tapping in to a less critical and analytical standpoint in your brain is really helpful right now. So let's look at the card. Here we go. We have the horned cactus, resourcefulness. So let's see, number 29. And isn't that interesting? 29 is the degree that Pisces is in. 29 is also the degree of the sun about to move into Aries. So this puts us at peak extreme murk and illusion. And the horned cactus is calling for resourcefulness. Think about your resources. You're going to have to go within. You're going to have to pull out those instincts, that intuition, that composure, that discernment. It is so crucial for us to stay in line and connected with our higher self and use that as your guiding light. It might be really funky and murky out there, and it's a really tricky time to navigate and to stay in your flow. So just don't let the haunted house scare you. Don't let your own thoughts scare you. There's a lot of potential to be kind of really drunk on deception. I'm going to put it that way. So if you feel like you're dumpster diving with beer goggles on, just remember, use your inner resources, your inner strength, your inner discernment, and you will get through this like a champ. And if you are called to get more support, I have free resources. I have a newsletter on my website, starpathbykara.com. I also have really fun playlists on Spotify. I have one for the Virgo eclipse, the Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and they are so fun to listen to and just kind of, give us a better understanding of these transits in a more creative way. And if you still need more help, get a personal reading with me. I got you. You can book on my website, starpathbykara.com. Good luck this week.